All right, welcome to You've Been Served. So, I know I'm not usually the guy that intros the podcast, but I'm just here to talk about a few things. Firstly, you're not going to be able to see us. We didn't bring a camera because we're all trying to stay as distant from each other as possible while recording this.
No, that's you. I'm just ugly as fuck today.
Well, I mean, that's every day. Yeah. No, so
he went there.
So we're all trying to stay as distant from each other as possible, and we just couldn't make the camera work.
Chris, don't touch my leg.
For that. The other thing is, for a while, this is probably going to be the last time we get together and record. So, if we run out of recordings, we may stop, at least for a little bit, until we know everything's safe, everybody's comfortable. We don't want to put anybody in jeopardy or hurt anybody unintentionally. So, just a heads up about that. This episode will probably come out several weeks after we've recorded it, so don't freak out. We're not meeting up, peak virus time,
Bringing the proper clothes to our first season.
Yeah, exactly. And that said, it's almost been a year. We're about 12 episodes right now away from a year.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, anyway.
That's true.
So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. The last thing I want to say before I hand the opening over to Ty is, unfortunately, even though you can't see it, I'll put up a picture on screen now. I stayed true to my word. I dyed the tips of my hair blonde. So, you can determine for yourself whether it was a good idea or not. You can vote in the comments. Thank you, Ty.
It honestly looks good, man.
I'm glad. I think so too. I think I'm gonna stick with it for a while.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys are back.
Man, you look
I get
good, dog.
Why?
I feel like I'm about to see you in
white?
a music video.
That's
Yeah, they started calling me like JT.
See? Okay. So
There are worse things to be called, right? Like this is not
True.
bad.
JT, he's dope. He's a dope dude. So yeah,
You're
that fits.
good, man. You're good. With that being said, I have a confession.
Oh no.
You're gay.
No,
You
never
like
that.
butt stuff.
You like ass play. I fucking knew it.
I mean, I like to slap an ass, but I haven't did enough with ass to really say that.
Wait, before you make that confession, I need you to be drunker.
All right, before confession, me and Chris got shots of tequila right here.
You're welcome. You're welcome, by the way.
All right,
No
cheers.
no sipping on this.
No.
Don't touch it either.
All right, I'm just going
Cheers.
down the hatch.
Purity. Don't make a face.
Woo! All right, the confession is, Rob is my indentured servant.
No face.
And Chris said there couldn't be racism against whites.
Well then.
The fuck?
I stand corrected. I stand corrected.
Yeah, so
So you mean to tell me that's your wigger?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
My name is Jorge Alberto
Really
Viña,
miss-
and I approve this message.
Bam.
really
I
miss
don't.
my wig.
I don't.
I said I really miss my wigger. Y'all ever seen that video?
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna intro the podcast.
That was the intro. The intro and the ending always has to be something unexpected. So you're welcome.
Ty,
All right.
you were just unexpected, period.
Thank you. I think
Facts.
that's a compliment.
That is
That's
actually
coming from-
that's
coming
kind of
from
a
an ugly
compliment.
bitch. All right, that's coming from an ugly bitch. So thank you. That's the best compliment I had on 2020.
You know what
It's
we
just
should have
more,
done?
I just don't know what to expect from you when you do the intro or the outro. It's either really good or no. Shut the fuck up.
You go a little too far sometimes, but that's okay.
Hey man.
Well, Chris does too, though. I don't know where he gets off with his fucking sex clause, But Ty, look at him. Like, I feel like Chris can't talk shit at
It's a
all.
well-rounded group of misfits and dumbasses in this group.
Yeah. God damn.
Well,
All right.
We came in really fucking loud and really hard with each other.
Hey.
It's been a while since we all been in the same.
Ty's
room
making
together,
noise. I see you.
What noise?
Protecting the Asians. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Just kidding,
man.
man.
Everybody need a little bit of love. Not only do Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter.
Oh, see, that's a protest to your protest, though.
All right. We're
No. This is a terrible beginning. All right, George.
All right.
Give us our transition.
Welcome back.
Like Robert was saying.
Welcome back to You've Been Served, all right? I'm going to go ahead and let George. He's such a beautiful servant.
All right. It's been a while since we've been in the same room. That was rough. All right. It is what it is.
Rough all day.
It's been a rough day.
Being here in your house, it's just rough alone.
Oh shit.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Is that bad? Or is that? You know what? I'm not gonna even get started.
It's
All right.
amazing.
We're continuing.
It's amazing.
So like Robert was saying, coronavirus and everything going on right now has us all a bit of a lockdown. But with that being said, there's a lot of stuff to do in that time. You can read a book, you can do some exercise.
Yeah.
If you're an essential worker, well, you keep going to work.
Unfortunately,
But
that's
you can
me,
also
George.
do what I like to do is hit Netflix up and see what new shows and new movies are out.
Nothing.
Or even old ones that you like.
You be Netflixing and chilling?
I'll be Netflix and, well, I mean, I'm just chilling by myself, so let's not get into that.
So he uses his hand.
He gets them pumps in. I get it.
Hey, you know.
Gotta get them gains.
Right now.
Yep.
You know, what
Making
the
yourself
doctors
some
are
natural
saying?
protein, huh?
How did I
Sense.
walk into this by myself?
The doctors have
How
been
did that
saying that, you know.
Trying to make some protein 'cause
masturbate,
GNC ain't
it'll
open?
boost Your immune system, so
That's what the doctors are saying?
that's what they saying.
What?
So if I masturbate more, I can fight off the coronavirus? Is that what
Yes,
that's...
you might.
That's what Pornhub says,
Just
man.
might
What the
stand a
fuck?
chance.
You've been listening to Pornhub scientists?
Hey, bro, social media is the only thing I got right now. Leave me alone.
Ty.
All right, so Ty and George are completely safe from coronavirus. We have no concern. In fact, I've been hugging them, kissing them. It's totally safe. It's Chris I'm worried about.
Their forearms look bigger. Damn.
Just one side
You're
though.
working out, man.
I've always wanted a big forearm.
You know, there's a fun.
Just one? Just one forearm? Just one forearm? Bigger than the other? Just that's it? Just one?
There's a Family Guy episode for this.
No. I know what episode you're talking about. Recommendations. You can give a Family Guy.
So long
Here we go. Chris is starting.
So long as you know which one it is.
We're gonna do hold on, wait. Just so before Chris starts, we're doing our top 5 recommendations on Netflix or even just in general of movies and shows to watch while you're locked down and nothing to do. Chris, since you want to start about with Family Guy,
All right.
go ahead.
Well, I'm not gonna start with Family Guy. I've been on all the platforms lately.
Go for
So
it.
Hulu, I started rewatching Sabrina the Teenage Witch because I never actually saw the pilot. So the original one where Salem actually talks, I like that one. Started rewatching it. American Horror Story season 9 on Hulu, dope. That shit is like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Starts off in a cabin. Netflix, the platform.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for that one. It looks
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
You gotta watch that shit. That shit is wild. What's that? 3, right? Okay. Disney Plus, Star Wars.
Hey.
You know, you could do Clone Wars or you could do The Mandalorian. Love that.
Ooh, man,
Yeah.
that was fucking sick.
Fucking awesome.
I love it.
Or do what I did. Watch Monsters Inc. like 15 to 20 times. That shit. Inc.
Did you hear that?
Just gotta
Yeah,
make
no
sure.
big deal.
You gotta make sure. Not university, but
15
ink.
times.
Inc.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one.
You're right.
Yeah.
Told you, he just likes to brag on the pod.
And that had nothing to do with sex. It had nothing.
I'm kind
proud
of
of you.
impressed. Yeah,
I'm
like
proud of you. When he said Disney Plus, I'm like, he's going down a positive route.
Yeah.
But he just had to bring it right back around.
Boom. All right.
Fair enough.
Robert.
What's yours?
on
Next.
Pornhub. No, I'm playing.
Bro, there's been a lot of coronavirus porn.
I heard that they're actually making like some amount of porn that's premium free on the site for. But,
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another subject.
Brazzers is free.
No, my go-to is always Avatar: The Last Airbender. I
Nice.
love that show. Always recommend it. Then I've been watching
Nice, I can't watch that.
the X-Men series.
Ooh.
All the movies,
Okay.
which I was talking about. Battlestar Galactica, Seinfeld, and what else have I been watching? Battlestar Galactica is now free online. Actually, they made it free because of the coronavirus,
Oh, yeah.
so you can watch it
Oh,
all
HBO too.
free online.
HBO's
Yeah.
free?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
500 hours.
And then I think, it's just an old one that I've been watching recently because I watched it as a kid. Jake Long, American Dragon.
Oh, dude, that's a good
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
show.
Bro, back.
Yeah.
I like
so,
the original design though.
You look
Yeah.
like
They went back and changed that.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
like it.
I didn't hate it, but it wasn't. I didn't like it as
I
much
could
as
see
the
it.
original.
Wasn't
I
the
can't
same.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Can you breathe fire?
I mean, I have whiskey, so maybe.
My dude.
I could see you in Kim Possible too.
All right.
Yeah, I do like Kim Possible. All right, I'll pass it on to Ty. Ty,
I'm drunk.
Well,
Again, you're welcome.
tequila. There it is. There it is. None of this sip bullshit. It would have been worse.
Hey man, I took it to the head like you told me to.
Take it to the head.
Hey,
Nice.
take it to the head.
There you
To
go.
the head.
There you go.
All right, let's see. My top 5, they're going to be out of order just because it's just stuff I recently watched.
It's all good.
All right, so starting off with Onward. Onward is now on Disney Plus. A really good movie. Really good movie. I shed a tear.
Frozen 2.
I
I
fell
shed a
asleep.
tear. You little bitch.
I'm sorry. I was tired. I was tired.
I don't care about you.
I
being
still
tired.
like what I saw. I still like. It's on Disney Plus. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it.
Ty,
Please do.
watch Frozen 2 while you're at it.
I did. That was also good.
Yeah.
That's not included in my 5, but it was good.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm excited to see where they can go from there because I know they got some shit going on. Let's see. Beastars is also interesting to watch. It's on Netflix. It's a Japanese anime that's been dubbed into English by the Netflix people. And all I'm going to say, they have a bunny in there. Oh, she a hoe.
keep it in your pants.
Oh,
Ty.
Stop
she a
looking at
hoe?
the bunny.
She a hoe and she my type.
So it's like
Bunnies.
Who
You like
Framed
bunnies.
Roger Rabbit?
Got it.
I mean, Playboy had the
Who
little.
Framed Roger Rabbit?
What was his girlfriend name?
Jennifer Rabbit or Jessica
Yeah, I like
Rabbit?
her too.
I
Let's
think it was
see.
Jessica. I think it was Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
What else is there? What else? You guys, if you are into anime, now is a good time to rewatch Bleach.
Oh.
I gotta get to that one.
I finally got to the part where they make it into the Soul Society, and I heard from there, they don't get better than that. So, I'm just going to
So
keep on watching.
those of you listening and don't know anything about anime, just I don't know. Like it's a very complicated anime to get into.
Watch
Yeah.
Castlevania.
Transylvania?
Castlevania on
Castlevania.
Netflix sounds good too.
Check it out. Let's see, another good anime to watch is also
Yeah.
Fire Force. I really like Fire Force.
Ooh, that's a good one right there.
Fire Force
I
is
started
really
that one.
good.
It was
All
on
right.
Hulu.
I need people to talk
Hulu?
to about Fire
Okay.
Force because they do a lot of things that is unexplainable, so I need people to talk to.
I'm waiting for Dragon Ball Super.
Ooh.
What do you mean waiting? It's on.
It's back?
It's you mean for it to come
this
back?
new season.
Yeah.
Is the
it's gonna
movie
be
out on anything?
No.
The manga's out.
Damn.
What's gonna come out first is the new movie. There's gonna be another movie of Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball, and then the new series is gonna come out. But everything's
Son
kind
of
of
a
pushed
bitch.
back a lot now.
My last recommendation is going to be Key and Peele.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good recommendation.
Motherfucker.
Thank you. Key and Peele is definitely entertaining to watch.
World War II episode is funny.
Yes. For some reason, I always watch it while I'm eating, and I don't ever finish my food. Like that's just
Oh, I got pizza.
you know,
It's because you're laughing too hard.
So-
you can only do one thing with your mouth at a time.
Is it because you're laughing or because you're yelling? I caught that shit late.
I love his face. I can't be recording at this time. For those of you, it was a great face that
It was a
Robert gave
beautiful
us.
face.
Sorry. Next time.
My face is always great. Fuck you.
Robert is so gorgeous right now. Go ahead, take it away, George.
My turn. Okay. Well, fuck. So one that I have to recommend from Netflix. It's not great TV. I've rewatched it, but this is also a perfect time. Is New Girl.
Oh, yeah,
Started
yeah.
watching New Girl again.
Love that show.
That 70s show.
Yes.
Started that again.
Fuck yeah.
Started that 70s show.
Dum, 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 dum,
As far as
dum.
movies, I mean, there's a bunch of different movies I can go off of, but I'm gonna try and stick it to shows. And then anime, the one I just started rewatching again was Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, nice.
And
Bro.
the other one that just ended, it's season 4, and
Yes.
and waiting to come back for season 5 is Hero Academia.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, there's a movie that came out in theaters that I wasn't able to go watch. I've been trying to find the link online for like a while now. So yeah, I went back and I'm rewatching Attack on Titan because now
Oh,
it's all
completely
dubbed on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
But Hero Academia, everything right now in season 4 is still subbed. So it's gonna be a little while, but I'm pretty sure within the next month everything's gonna be dubbed. So I always like doing that with anime. I'll watch it subbed and then I'll go back and rewatch it.
What do you prefer, subbed or dubbed?
Subbed.
I prefer
Yeah.
subbed.
I do prefer subbed, but then I do enjoy going back and just watching it and not having to keep up with what the words are saying and what the action scenes are.
I still put the
Every
fucking word.
once in a while, like I don't always prefer, but in general, because I feel like the performance tends to be better with subbed.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, like Attack on Titan, I think the dubbed is really good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's very accurate to how it is.
There's too much to follow with Attack on Titan, so I need dubbed for that one.
Yeah.
But
honestly,
I love doing both. I love going back. I love watching it subbed, and then I love going back and watching it dubbed. Or even if I saw it dubbed first, I just love it.
Yeah.
you're a trooper. You're a trooper. I give you that.
I love anime. It's my thing.
Hey,
anime and hentai, I get it.
No!
little daddy right here.
Bitches.
It's into some freaking
Well,
tentacle shitting.
That was a fake story, and you guys know that. Don't even try and... We're not starting another foot fetish shit bullshit here.
I know you like
No,
tentacles.
we're not starting.
Yeah, it was like 10 tentacles. Is that right?
I hate you guys.
We're shut down. You guys are shut down.
Hey, but LA's been pretty lit since the coronavirus came in. I know that comes off wrong, but I mean, just a lot of positive things has come out besides fearing for your lungs.
This is the first time hoes are actually saints.
Oh, now you're preaching.
Mm-hmm.
He's my friend, okay?
I'm including myself in this, so.
Oh, goddamn. Let's see. What
At
else?
least he took responsibility.
Gas is really nice and cheap right now.
True.
I love it. For all of us with hybrids, we rolling. Right, Rob?
Yeah. No.
I have a hybrid too.
But you have a truck. I don't know how that works out for
It's
you.
not a truck. Come on. We're not getting into this.
I don't have a hybrid, but that shit out there is 4-cylinder. From empty to full, $20.
That's nice.
So a lot of changes obviously are happening with the
Traffic
coronavirus.
is really
some
nice.
good, some bad, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It comes with the times.
I predict
One thing I
depression.
did hear that's taking the crowd by storm is TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know
shit.
I know I just downloaded the app. Chris, I highly doubt you have the app.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. He got me there.
You just called it out. Like,
I was
just
gonna
straight.
say because I know you have one, and I was gonna be like,
I have two. I have one
Oh,
with
two.
I have one with my brother and one with just me. Yeah.
I was forced to download it.
Oh, that's what he
you
says.
You made one with I think was it your mom and
My aunt and my granny.
I remember seeing you did one, so I was like, wait, hold on. I know somebody doesn't have one. I can bet my bottom dollar on that.
I wouldn't post shit anyway.
Yeah, he barely posts on Instagram, so
As
I don't
he
see
is.
him.
And even then, it's just the music I'm listening to. Yeah.
Music is
I
nice.
don't think I've seen the music. I know you repost a lot of stuff for the YouTube. Or for the YouTube, for the podcast.
Yeah,
I do.
Thank you, by
That's
the way.
all. That's all.
But all right, TikTok.
TikTok, the goods and the bads. TikTok, I think right now it's like the most downloaded app
The most downloaded app of 2019.
2019.
And it's been kickstarting 2020 off with some very nice positives.
Yeah.
Being that
I like the
There's-
dances. I like the dances I've seen.
I like the fine girls who do the dances.
Oh, is it? Bro, aren't they getting shit for that?
This is why I didn't let them go first.
So George, what do you say? You want to just do a podcast with me?
Damn,
You can come over to my
separated?
place. It'll just be.
One
Literally.
brown, one white.
I
Yeah.
guess
That's the name
We'll
of
be
the
like
podcast.
yin yang.
Yeah, I love it.
well, I mean,
Yin yang yo.
yin and yang right there makes sense. Right here, just coconut. The brown and the white.
Oh fuck.
So
God
what?
Damn it.
You gonna tell me you don't like pina coladas?
I don't
If
know.
you like
I
pina
don't know.
coladas.
Where's the
I said
pineapple?
salt and pepper.
We're
We're getting off.
Yeah.
Colada?
Thank
The
you,
goods
George.
and the bad. TikTok. We're doing fine. It was definitely has some funny videos, some good videos, and definitely I downloaded it and there's some funny stuff on there.
Yeah.
But some other bad stuff that I was hearing about was. I think you posted. I think you sent.
Oh
it to
yeah,
us.
yeah.
No ugly
To my
people.
understanding, Korea, there's a person in Korea. He's the one that created TikTok, and they're using the TikTok's database as a way to like get certain information from everybody, something like that.
It was Beijing though.
Yeah,
Beijing.
Yeah, something like that. I was shocked. I'm like, what?
They were like as soon as you download the app, you're able to get your information, everything from your phone, and then they were selling it to other companies or they were selling the information. So your information is pretty much just out there.
So
Yeah,
here-
well,
you download
it's. I mean, it's a company from China, right?
Yeah.
And we know how those companies tend to operate,
Yeah.
which is they collect information on all of their users. I mean, it happens even in America, but it's a lot worse over there.
Yeah.
So there have been some problems with that.
do you guys read the terms at all?
There's terms and
I mean,
conditions.
to be honest,
Yeah.
Damn.
is it in the terms and conditions?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, when I heard about it, I didn't.
That's I relate so hard though.
I mean, again, it's how many times have you just scroll through. I mean, I don't think you have. I think you actually go through and read them.
I sit there and I fucking read.
Like I said,
You fucking lawyer.
Damn.
I'm not gonna, bro.
I expect that from Robert.
You ever seen that fucking South Park
No,
episode where Kyle?
No, don't start. You're not allowed.
you gave your top list.
Fine,
Don't do it.
fine.
You get one reference each show. This you already did yours for this one. You get the next one.
I know doing this podcast is so hard for Chris. It's so fucking hard for him.
So,
There's so much.
Beijing, they're taking your information.
Yeah.
Chris obviously read the terms and conditions like nobody else in the world ever did. And Chris is the only one that did. I respect it. I give him props. No, I continue. I just said fuck it. And then I found out about it.
Well, here's
Click,
the
click,
thing:
click.
is like I'm not defending taking that information. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't know what information I'm really giving to TikTok
Yeah.
that they're gonna take.
Yeah.
Right? Like when I'm putting in that information, I put in maybe my email, my name, and my face, which is admittedly I don't want them to take that shit, but I'm not putting in like passwords or anything that I would use for anything else.
Yeah.
It's not like you're putting your social security and stuff.
Yeah,
Like that.
I'm not defending it, but there are worse things that they could do.
Yeah.
Like, if Wells Fargo was doing this shit, I would be a lot more pissed.
Well, even then, they still sell your shit.
Well, I know because of all that, now like a lot of government employees are not allowed to download the TikTok app.
I heard the same thing about Zoom as well recently.
Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, apparently Zoom right now is being sued because they were able to access your private information as well.
In
So-
China as well.
Yeah, so there was a new update that came out that blocked that, but since they're in violation of the California Consumer Privacy Act, they're pretty much fucked.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Which Chris and I did a podcast on the California Consumer Privacy Act.
Yeah.
But it's important for everybody to know who's listening. Anything that collects data on you now, if you live in California, you can message that company and have them delete all that data.
Yeah.
That is part of the act. So if that's something that you're concerned about, you can do.
Yeah.
Yep. Unlike the UK, which is pretty cool, where you're allowed to delete your digital footprint. That'd be
What?
cool. Yeah.
A digital footprint.
Oh,
Interesting.
shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, dang it. See?
The more you know. The rainbow. Oh
Can you
shit.
stop being the speaker, please?
It's every fucking time, Chris.
I'm sorry.
Every motherfucker.
I'm a little handsy.
Oh, we know.
We know
We
that.
know.
We heard it from your
We
fucking
know
sex
that.
Wow,
boss.
this has got to be a hard thing for you. The whole coronavirus
Smack
lockdown.
any type of ass.
True.
Would you still have that sex clause even with the coronavirus happening and everything? Would you still keep it?
Don't
Well,
open
stuck
this
at
topic.
You're right. You guys didn't even get onto the last topic.
This will go,
Look.
yeah.
Before we no, I do want to know about this, but we're gonna save this for the next episode.
We'll take
We'll come
a
back.
hand sanitizer bath.
Don't say it like that's a thing. What the fuck is that? Before Ty goes and breaks my table. Hold on. Go back. Before we get on all this topic, before Ty breaks my table, there's a topic you guys did not hit, and it was a marriage topic.
Yeah.
We didn't hit it because somebody over here had a sex clause that got everybody all distracted. I think we should hit
Yeah.
that now, this episode.
Yeah.
Alright,
Now the
Still
format.
tickle from that shit.
I'm staying
Yeah.
out.
I still think that Chris should be clowned for the rest of the podcast. For that. Like that was fucking wild. Like you want a kink clause and a sex clause in your prenuptial agreement. Yeah,
Gotta
okay.
have fun.
So I was listening to that podcast as I was putting stuff away at work. And I had it loud. And I didn't think it was really going to go in the direction that it went. Although I should have known from the fucking name, sex clause, and who was talking. I should have known, but I didn't. And then some of the stuff that he was saying, there was one of my coworkers, obviously she was female, and she felt some sort of way about it. I was like, he means well. He's just very horny.
That is the most fucking accurate description of Chris I have ever heard in my fucking life. I swear to God.
You could have said something else.
I could have, but again, I went for accuracy. Because I know, like, he means well. Honestly, he's one of the best dudes I've ever met. He's just a horny fuck. So I paused it where it was at, I turned it off, and I went the rest of my day. Just, like, we're gonna act like this never happened.
That's That's what you get for playing it at work. You should know better than that by now.
It was doing well. The podcast was doing well. Like it was not hitting topics that I thought anyone would get mad at.
And then you got there.
Until we got there.
And you just experienced the hardest life you've ever had.
Hey, at least Ty and I looked good, right?
It's true.
We were like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Sometimes you gotta address some controversial shit. You gotta go a controversial route sometimes. I mean, in this day and age, all that shit's bound to get out. You just gotta own up to it.
That's fair. I'll give him that. He owned up to he stuck, but I don't know how much of that he actually meant and how much he didn't.
Not much of it.
But
he says that now.
A little late.
Tell the moment of truth. Hey, yo, baby. Listen,
All right.
Look,
So married.
We had a great laugh. Hold
I
on.
drafted this thing.
Let's not skip another topic. Marriage. You guys did not talk about marriage. I don't quite know what the topic was mainly about. I just know it's marriage.
To my understanding, the question was, would you get married? Do you, it's like, would you get married? Do you believe in what marriage is about, and why would you do it, or why wouldn't you do it?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm surprised my memory worked this well.
Look at you.
Somebody hasn't.
Well, it was your topic, so it makes sense. Yeah, you suggested it a while ago.
That's the only part I don't remember. All right.
Well, since it was your topic, would you like to start with it?
Sure.
You guys
I'll go ahead. I'll take it away.
I'll put my mask on.
For me, marriage is nothing but, at least in my opinion, marriage is nothing but just a piece of paper with two signatures on it. You know, that legally states that you two are bounded by love. Whatever. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but
Bound by contract.
right, that too. But I mean, for me, marriage, to me, that's all marriage is really good for. But I feel like if you're choosing to go that route with a specific person, that means a lot. You know, so it's not about the contract or whatever. It's about making that conscious decision to say, hey, you know what? This is the person I want to do that with. So with that being said, I would definitely get married at one point in time. Yeah. You know, when that right person comes along, when we spent enough time together, when I recognized her flaws and her perfections, quote unquote, and it's just something that I can deal with for the rest of my life, I would take that route. You know, so I don't know. Is there anything else I should add to that?
Can I ask you a question about that?
Sir.
Just because he talked about the idea of it, you know, to him it's just really a signature, even though, you know, you do value it. I would imagine, because you're probably the most religious of the four of us.
Big
right?
facts.
So does that play any aspect into it? Do you feel like you care about marriage more because you're religious, or doesn't apply to you really?
Religion has little effect to me when it comes to marriage. Just because of the time period that we're in. You know, like I can understand if it was like, I don't know, the 1800s or something, or even sooner than that, you know, when religion was really a big thing. So
Still is.
But I mean, we live in a time where the society is a lot more open, and religion is still big, but it's not heavily talked about like it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least, at least not in the same way.
Yeah, it's not in the same way.
No, I feel you.
So I wouldn't get married for religious reasons. I would get married for personal reasons, you know? Like, one of my biggest reasons for getting married is because I want to have kids, you know? And I don't want to have kids with somebody who can potentially just walk away. Now, granted, I wouldn't want to have kids with someone who I know is capable of that, but at the very least, you know, I want to do that right. And I feel like getting married and properly establishing a foundation together, building a home and stuff together, that will help my relationship, my marriage, and even my future life to go in the right direction.
That was a good answer, Ty. I like that a lot. That was really good.
You brought it back. I like it. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
I have common
We're
sense.
not going to you. Robert.
We're not going to you.
Fuck you, Chris. Yeah.
Robert,
No, I would get married. I agree with a lot of what you said. I mean, I was brought up a Christian too, even though I'm not anymore.
It's all right.
And so a lot of those things, those values are still instilled in me, you know? So marriage matters to me. I don't know if I would need it, you know? I would be fine in a relationship if she didn't want to get married. Fine. But for me, I would like it. Yeah. It's something that I grew up with. It's something that my parents had. You know, most of my friends are now having. You know, I'm seeing them. I'm at an age where I'm seeing them get married.
crazy, right?
I know, it's weird. It's insane. You grow up with these people from like 3, you go to school with them, and then you see them, and you see all their previous girlfriends. That's crazy to me, right? That I've known this person this long, and they're taking this big step in their life.
Yeah.
But I also think in some ways it's impressive and admirable to have that much love in your heart to give to somebody else.
Yeah.
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 But that's what I have to say about it.
Okay, Chris.
No, your turn. I want to hear you.
He got to go last.
I could go last.
You know he's going to say something.
Yeah, because we're all going to gang up on Chris, so let's just go.
He knows he's on his own.
All right.
Look,
I know where I stand.
I know where I stand.
Like,
You can go.
y'all thought the sex clause was bad. It only gets worse.
First of all, there's a reason we didn't hit that topic.
So you go.
Well, I do agree with a lot with what you guys were saying. As far as like religion-wise, like I grew up Catholic, but my mom and my dad didn't teach me that I should get married because it's a traditional thing to do, or it's part of my religion or anything like that. My mom always said, like, she just always told me, like, she's never rushing that. Like, if you're ready to have kids, you're ready to have kids, or if you're ready to get married, you're ready to get married, but only when you're ready. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. If you do it at 25, you do it at 25. You do it at 45, you do it at 45. There's no rush. It's not a race. And she still instills that. She still tells me that now. She's not rushing nothing. And it at first, I think when I was like high school, I see most of my friends and everything, like where they're at, families. I think, fuck, like what am I doing? But then I also look at it as like, I have a friend who just had a kid, and I knew that motherfucker since middle school. And I'm like, this motherfucker's a dad?
You popped the child.
Oh shit! So
That
it's like,
poor kid.
that poor kid. Little do you know. But it's a great thing, and I'm all for it. I'm all like, marriage I think is a great celebration, a great thing to do. But at the same time, it's something I think has changed as far as meaning wise. I think people just look at it as a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody. A lot of people look at it as like it's what you're supposed to do because I've been with this person for a year, 2 years. I should do it. It's like, well, I mean, I feel like in still a year, 2 years, you're still getting to know each other.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't even at least moved in together, like I don't think you should even be talking about marriage.
No, I agree
live with
you.
each other for a while.
I agree with you.
I
mean, but there are people that are ultra religious that don't feel comfortable living with each other.
No, yeah,
But I think it just takes longer to get to know that person because of that. I don't think you have to be required to live together to.
No.
Yeah.
There are some families that will say to like their kids and whatnot that will say you can't move in together until you're married. It's like, well, it should technically be the opposite. But whatever. Every family is different. Every tradition is different. So it's like I get it on one end, but for me personally, I can't agree with it.
Yeah. I almost argue with my grandma about that. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Argue with mom about that all the time.
It's different generations actually trying to like talk and like give their 2 cents, but a lot of times it comes like I don't want to say the older generation, but unfortunately the older generation they're stuck. A lot of them are stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
And it's like this is how we did it. This is how you're gonna do it, and it's just different now. It's like you said, it comes with the times.
It's hard to balance that.
Yeah.
I think in between. Yeah.
So I guess bottom line for me, like marriage wise, I don't think it's something that you need. It's something if you definitely want to do, go for it, but just do it for the right reasons. Do it for the right reasons. Don't rush it. Take your time and find somebody that you really, really want to be with.
Yeah, don't do it just because you're in the military.
Yeah.
That's a great tax.
Don't do it just because you're in quarantine.
Yeah, don't do it just because you're quarantined. Just do it for the right reasons. Just don't rush
Also,
it.
pull out during the quarantine. Don't stay in.
He
Don't
went
say.
there. He went there.
Just
I
have
wasn't.
your time.
It's not even his turn yet, and he went there.
There's a
meme.
And he went there.
There's
Fucking
a meme,
Chris.
though. There's a meme.
Why did we invite him to this podcast? I know it was his idea to create the podcast, but
and we titled it after him. We gave the title.
None of you guys were fucking thinking of names.
Yeah, I'll admit that you came up with the best
I'm
names.
not good at naming. Like I'm gonna struggle when I have kids.
I was just thinking that.
He's gonna be Niggly 1. That's gonna be Nigga Bitch 2. All right.
Hey, that's my nickname for producer.
So you say that behind closed doors, Robert?
Bitch? Bitch, is that what you're talking about? Or
That's what's up.
All right.
Hold up. Before we get into all that,
Alright.
we didn't let Chris go. We made him wait.
He's
Chris,
waited
go
patiently
ahead.
for this
We
moment.
know where you're going, but we will. Maybe you'll surprise us.
Go
Who knows?
ahead.
We'll see.
Go ahead. You surprise the sexy bitch.
Let's see. You guys seem so open with marriage. So okay with it.
I'm not.
guys are already fucking.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Look, I respect it. That's fine. If you feel you need to get married, that's your choice.
Thank you, sir.
But I don't necessarily think it's a good thing. I see it as a contract. I see it as somebody pretty much being a servant or like having to be your bitch. I don't like it.
Like Robert be mine that you servant?
Yeah, something like that. I'm not really a fan of it. I mean,
I love you. I treat you with good respect, sir. All right.
He says to his slave.
damn.
I don't whip you. I cradle you.
You whip me
Shit,
sometimes,
okay,
but I like
damn.
it.
All right. And in some sense, also, some people get married to solve a problem, but that's not a solution. It's only going to make matters worse. And like George said, 1 or 2 years and then maybe get married? No. Hell no. Hell no.
I said maybe. It can be. It's different for everybody.
Yeah, first off, hell no. You don't know each other.
Maybe
He's just taking what you said and twisting it.
Yeah. My word is not final. It's not set in stone. You can change it.
It's like, no.
You know McDonald's.
It's like maybe 1 or 2 years is good enough to date, but it's not good enough to get engaged. Maybe take it to another step and try to live together. If you can't live together and you just know the shit out of each other, then that's probably telling you something then and there.
I understand.
Don't take it as a hint like, maybe things will get better if I get married. No. Statistics have proven that this shit ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work at all. Plus, don't get married in your 20s. That's my view personally, because there's so much out there. You think you met the person that you're probably gonna live and have your entire life with. It's a possibility, sure, but don't lock it down while you're 20. You're young as fuck, man.
I agree with that. That's one of the few things that you said that I actually agree with.
Yeah. It's like,
No, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
go for it.
I was just going to say, though, the one thing I always like to touch on with marriage, and I imagine you would agree, is the idea that it really comes from a necessity in the past, right? Mm-hmm. That you would be responsible, you couldn't leave because by being married, you were responsible for your children.
Yeah.
Which is why you wouldn't be allowed to have children before marriage. But nowadays, because you're responsible for your children regardless of whether or not you're married, I don't think it's a necessity.
Yeah.
You know, times have changed, things are different.
Exactly.
Hoes are different too.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Bro, monogamy has gone out the window.
Yeah.
At this point, if you're still trying to get married and stick to one thing, you better have, and aside from a sex clause, an open relationship clause.
Oh my.
Oh, God. Here we go.
All right.
I
have a question for you.
But this,
Unfortunately, we still have time on the podcast.
I'm not
continue.
I'm not gonna go into like actually having a contract. It's just like an oral agreement between you two. I mean, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett have it. All
right, I'll open up to you guys for a second, all right? So, in my last relationship,
yeah,
I was in a relationship with a bitch, right?
Uh-huh.
So, the bitch was...
Listen to the podcast, we're good.
Yeah, well, even if she does, I'm standing by this. But,
there you go.
Damn,
but, you know, there was a point where she wanted that,
See?
you know?
Open relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just don't think that's fair to the other person.
Well,
To expect of them to be okay with that. Because you're spending intimate moments with somebody else when you're meant to be in a relationship with that person.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think that, yeah, there are relationships where if the guy's okay with it, if the girl's okay with it, it's nobody's business. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But for me, like, that is traumatizing to think about, you know, my significant other who I love so much and I feel so connected to, spending those moments with somebody else while I'm still seeing them.
You're getting digged down by somebody
No, I
else.
feel it.
Not even just that. It's the emotional aspect of it,
That
too.
too.
You know, the emotional aspect of after sex, you're sitting next to somebody, you're cuddling next to somebody, and you're just talking.
Yeah.
You know, imagining my significant other doing that, it bugs the shit out of me.
Oh, see?
Well-
Robert likes the nice stuff. You like the sexual stuff.
Well,
he likes the nice stuff.
hold on.
Fuck, man.
Hey,
He
listen,
doesn't like
listen,
starfishes, okay?
That's
I don't like starfishes. I don't.
Okay.
First off,
Let me defend myself right now.
It's not always gonna be like that. I mean, I get it. That shit does happen sometimes.
No, it does. Yeah.
But that at that point is a sign. Like maybe the open relationship was a way for her to get out there and actually try to find something that she feels she doesn't want in the current relationship she's in. I get it. I mean, sometimes that is the angle that people try to use to open up that relationship, and it fucking sucks. But other times when you actually have an honest, open conversation about it, and you both set down the rules, it works.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think that.
I mean, you don't even. At times, it's not even like they're gonna cuddle right there. It's like, dick done, I'm out.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't agree, but I get what you're saying. Right? so you don't think that though, even just the sexual aspect affects the relationship? You know, when somebody goes, like, if I were to go to somebody else for sex, you don't think that would hurt the other person?
It might, but at the same time, it's like if you got married at a really young age, say 19 or 20.
Why?
Exactly. Why?
There's different areas. And different people.
You closed yourself off from multiple other partners or people you could have met that could have potentially been something bigger or more in your life. So that open opportunity.
That's the whole idea of marriage,
No.
is the idea of closing yourself off and putting yourself just with one person. Right? You can't get married and keep the open relationship. It defeats the purpose of the marriage.
Then if you don't have that openness and this person is still curious and wandering, that marriage is broken. That marriage is out.
I get what both of y'all are saying. You know, see, how I'm taking this information is like, you are on the side where people choose to live first.
Yeah.
Before they make that big ass judgment. And you're saying like, you need to understand the purpose of getting married. Like you can't, or even just being in a serious relationship. You know, you shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody if you still want that open lifestyle. Like, live your life first.
Yeah, I agree with what Chris is saying if he's not in a relationship. But if you're in a committed relationship,
what are you doing?
I don't think you should be going around doing that.
Sometimes that shit happens.
There
though.
are some cases, like I can't disagree with Chris completely because I have seen that there are some cases where there's a couple and they're both open to the idea of an open relationship.
Yeah.
Or they're even open to having another relationship with another person, and the other significant other that they were with first is okay with it. There's some cases. I'm not saying it happens all the time and that I see it every day. I just saying it has happened.
No, I do think it exists, and I agree that if that's what people want, they should go for it. Yeah. But I can't help but feel, no matter who you are, in your head, that's got to be somewhat of a problem. That's got to affect the relationship, even if you don't realize it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're not consistently going to this person for sex or for emotional support or whatever.
Yeah.
The fact that you are relying on somebody else for that. I think that has to affect the relationship.
Yeah.
Well, curiosity kills the cat, and that's what happens with marriages. Curiosity will kill it once it gets out, right?
Before we end this topic and even this podcast, the only question I have for you, Chris, is ultimately, no matter what you say and what you believe, would you still get married?
Well, not anytime.
Not anytime soon.
Soon, within my 20s, maybe in my 30s, if I'm lucky.
And if Ty is still available.
And if Ty is still available,
yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm not doing that with my ass, but sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be the top, Ty.
I would
That's
prefer
okay.
to be.
That's okay.
Between you and Chris, you think you're the top?
Oh no!
I don't think I will be.
Bitches out there that's okay with being in the back. I mean, not the back. The back.
Well, I suppose.
Be on time with that.
We just found out Ty likes butt stuff.
There you go.
We can end the podcast.
Do not.
Ty's at the front of the train.
I suppose you would know, Ty. Chris, do you think you will be top or bottom? Let's get this answer out of the way, and then we can close the podcast.
I'd be top, and that's what I tell everybody at the gay club. Top. I'm top.
What about you,
top.
Ty? Do you think you'd still be the top?
Well, if I had to be gay and I had to choose, I would be top.
All right.
End the podcast. End it now. Bring it to a close. We still got 20 minutes left to spill. Just close it.
Let's just agree that this was by far a really good session of just chit-chatting even on the podcast, you know, I really feel like every time we do a podcast, and even if we don't do a podcast, even if we just sit here and spend time together, it always brings us that much more closer. Like, for example, we sat here for 45 minutes before Rob got here, bonding with Chris, and we know more about Chris's sex stories than we've ever known before.
No.
And the crazy part is, there is still more to come.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I mean, you paint that as a positive thing, and I'm not convinced that it is.
Hey,
But I get your point. Yes.
it's not about the stories, it's about the bonding that comes at hand.
I was about to say the other stuff. I was about to say the other words. It's about the stories. It's a story, and I want to know more about the stories. And he changed it.
Well, I mean, if you want to know about more of this, all right, all I gotta say, sweaty nipples tasting like pits.
That's big facts.
Fucking bullshit.
All right,
Wow.
we ain't saying no names, not even numbers. We just gonna leave it at that.
George.
Okay?
George.
Oh fuck.
So,
How I'm gonna end it, I always try to do my best to end with a nice little message. for
Pastor
everybody.
Ty.
All right, yes sir. Gotta have my little 2 minutes of this session. Despite everything going on, do not miss opportunities to bond with your friends. Now I get it. You can't really be there face to face. All right, coronavirus. Everybody got, well, not everybody, but most people got old people and people with weak immune systems and whatnot.
Hey, young people are dying too now.
That is true. I've heard.
Yeah.
But I'm more so concerned about the people that are more at risk than us. You know, bonding in times like this is going to help you get past those lonely moments. For those of you guys sitting at home right now, I understand the loneliness and the depression that comes behind sitting at your room all day by yourself. Don't hesitate to pick up the phone, call somebody, and bond a little bit. Might be someone who feels the exact same way as you.
Call your wigger.
Call your wigger. That's exactly what you need to do. Now, we bring this bitch to a proper close. Who are you?
John.
Who are you?
Schmeat.
And who are you? I'm Batman. I'm Forrest Whitaker.
I can see it.
It's in the ears, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop it because we have.
Cool.
I
Love you
said
guys.
good night 10 minutes ago, and you kept it going.
Bye.
You gotta have my message first.
Fuck
All
your
right.
message.
In that case, I love you guys. You know what it's been. It's been You've Been Served, and I'm still waiting on my head.
Wash your hands, wash your tits, wash your pits. Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
All that.